Hi viewers, this is Balakrishna Reddy, BKR Physics Classes. Please like it and share it, subscribe it. Now I am going to explain dot product of two vectors or scalar product of two vectors. This is the most important topic for all the 11th class students who is going to study physics. Okay, actually this will come also in mathematics, but it can be in 12th standard only you will get. But whereas the other students, bio students are there, for that it is helpful. What is a dot product or scalar product here? Scalar product of two vectors. Okay, where you will use here in some physical quantities which we can do the product, means any two physical quantities of or any two vector physical quantities, when you are doing the product, by that the result, if it comes the scalar, in such cases this scalar product or dot product is useful. Let me tell you here, for example, any two vectors, I am considering two vectors P and Q. Okay, this P and Q two vectors, I am doing the product. When I am doing the product of these two vectors, the result of this product comes in a form of product of those two vectors in terms of magnitude, and with the cosine angle it is coming. Whatever the answer comes after doing the product of these two vectors, it is scalar only. That's why this is called as scalar product. Means here I am doing the product of two vectors, but I am getting the result in the scalar form. That's why this is called as scalar product of vectors or dot product of vectors. So let me see here. Let us say this is a vector P, this is a vector Q. Those two vectors in different direction making an angle theta. Okay. So the scalar product of P and Q vectors is defined as the product of magnitude of two vectors P and Q and of cosine angle formed by a P and Q. That is, we will express in mathematical form, in vector form. That is, P and Q are the two vectors which we are doing the product of two vectors. I kept here dot. This dot symbol is indicating dot product is equal to product of magnitude of these two vectors. When I have used the symbol modulus, that indicates the magnitude of those two physical quantities. Okay, so product of magnitude of the two vectors and in the direction of cosine, or nothing but in cosine angle, that gives the cos theta. Let us say what type of product of two vectors in physics gives us scalar quantity. Let me see work. Okay, work, when you are doing the result of work, actually work is a scalar quantity. How it will be? Because it is a product of two vectors, nothing but force and displacement. Product of two vectors, force and displacements, gives us work done. So therefore work done is called as scalar quantity. Whatever the result comes by the product of two vectors, that gives the scalar only. Okay, scalar means just a number. In terms of power also you are having power P equal to force into V. Okay, product of force and velocity gives us scalar quantity. So power is also a scalar quantity. Let me tell you here two vectors in a sense. This is a vector force, this is a vector velocity of a particle. They are making an angle theta. Product of these two vectors you will get in either force direction or velocity direction. So that gives the product of any two vectors, that we call as dot product. properties of scalar product. These properties of scalar product, if you see, if product of two vectors is a positive quantity, then the angle between them is acute angle. Okay, you know acute angle is in the sense less than 90 degrees it is. If the scalar product is negative value, if you get, let us say, then the angle will become obtuse, that is between the 90 and 180 degrees. So this is between the angle between the two vectors. Certain times acute, certain times obtuse, is depends on the physical quantities. So depends on that the value which will be changes the magnitude of scalar quantity. Either it will be positive if it is acute or negative in a case of obtuse angle. Now we have studied the properties, basic algebraic properties. If any two vectors if you are taking, okay, then product of two vectors, if it is exchanges also either sides, then LHS equal to RHS. That means here I am talking about the commutative property. If A and B vectors, the product is A dot B, that is equal to, also we can write B dot A. Simple example here, 2 into 4 is the same result as 4 into 2. So it obeys the commutative property. Then next, distributive property. Let us say this is a vector A is multiplying or doing the product with the B plus C. So I can multiply like normal multiplication in the dot product, A dot B plus A dot C I can write. That means this vector has distributed across the other two vectors. So therefore this property is called as distributive property, right? Then next, if two vectors making some angle theta, let us say here two vectors making some angle theta, that can be written as, in terms of theta equal to cos inverse P dot Q by modulus of P and Q vectors. This comes from the basic formula only. What is that basic formula which you know already, which you have got already? The formula is that nothing but P dot Q is product of two vectors is equal to magnitude of product of two vectors in cosine angle. From there only I made theta as subject, that is equal to cos inverse P dot Q by modulus of P and Q. In properties, the most important thing is that how to project the vector, in which direction the product you are projecting. That is the most important at certain times. Let me tell you, we know that product of two vectors A dot B cos theta, that can be written as A dot B cos theta, B dot A cos theta. Means in terms of B component, the direction of the vector is having the product, and in terms of A cos theta, the direction of vector is projecting. That we will represent with respect to this diagram. Let me tell you geometrically, the component of B component, we know, we have already studied that what is the component in the resolving concept. In resolving concept, if you see the component in the sense, let us say this is a vector in the sense, this is X component, this is Y component, we have studied. Same way here, the component of any vector is directing in another direction. That's how we will represent. Let me tell you, component of B vector along A means component of B, who is B? B cos theta it will be. In which direction it is projecting? In terms of A. Then that time the theta equal to, just now we were discuss theta equal to cos inverse A dot B by modulus of A into B. From that I am writing in the direction of B cos theta projection, that is equal to, I can write product of two vectors by in the direction of vector A, that is B is a vector here, the B component vector is B cos theta. This B cos theta is also projected in the direction of vector A. In the direction of vector A. So in such case, we can say that component of B along A. So this is a component of B along A. This is horizontal component we will prefer always. Okay, since the product of two vectors gives the scalar in terms of cosine function. So the cosine function is projecting in the direction of A. If it is the component of A is projecting in the direction of B, that we will see here. This is a vector A. This is a vector A. This vector component A is projecting in the direction of vector B. See, this is a A cos theta is projected in the direction of vector B. That I can express component of vector A along B, that can be written as A cos theta equal to A dot B by modulus of B. Okay, this is a component of vector A along B, we can say that. Another property is scalar product of any two vectors gives us maximum when it will be. For example, two vectors which are acting along the same direction, parallel direction. Let us say this is a vector I. In the same direction, there may be another vector I is acting along the same direction, which is the same nature. Okay, along the same direction, if the same nature vector is acting, then they are parallel to each other. Then we can say that theta equal to 0 degrees. Since it is a cosine angle, cos 0 gives us 1. So we can get product of those two vectors is always gives the maximum value of the scalar. Okay. Now that we can say that when two vectors are parallel to each other, the product of two vectors is maximum. Okay. Now scalar product of two vectors by itself is always called as self dot product. Let me tell you, one vector A, another vector of A is acting also in the same direction. Then I can write A dot A as like this, A square, that is equal to A dot A. A dot A, I can write product of those two vectors in terms of cosine angle. So since they are in the same angle, same direction, so theta equal to 1, 0, so that gives us 1, so it is A square. Again, if I'll remove this square, then other side the root will come. So indirectly, the product of two vectors, if it is in the same direction or if it is self dot product, then you will get the under root of product of those two vectors. Means that is nothing but in terms of normal value only you will get, nothing but magnitude only you will get. That we will see the most important thing in the entire dot product which you need to understand. You are seeing here three-dimensional axis. Along x-axis I have taken unit vector I. Along y-axis I have taken j unit vector. Along z-axis I have taken k unit vector. Now, usually I, j, k are all orthogonal unit vectors. What are those? Orthogonal unit vectors. Means since they are perpendicular to each other, then orthogonal vectors we can say. Now let me tell you here, in the direction of I, any vector is acting. Let me tell you, I and I, the product of vector I with the self means I. So since both are in the same direction, we have seen already, when two vectors are in the same direction, product of those two vectors are taken unit vector. Unit vector in the sense magnitude equal to 1. Let me tell you, 1 into 1 gives us 1, means the maximum result you will get. So I dot I, if these two are unit vectors in the sense, that equal to 1. In the same way, j vector in the direction of j, nothing but y axis. Another vector is acting in the along j direction or parallel to the j direction. Then product of those two, since obviously magnitude is 1, I told as it is unit vector, so that gives us 1. In the same way, k dot k if you take up, that also gives 1. But the most important thing is that these orthogonal vectors are there, no, which are I, j, k, which are perpendicular to each other. In that case, if you take product of I dot k or j dot k and k dot I, that equals to always 0. Why it is so? Because when you are doing the product, if you get I dot k cos 90 degrees, because they are in a perpendicular angle. If you get cos 90 value always is 0. Therefore, whatever the value you are getting, the product of the two orthogonal vectors is equal to 0 you will get when they are in a perpendicular angle. So in such case, the dot product is worthful. In this case, dot product is not worthful because they are the orthogonal, they are in the same direction. Okay, thank you very much for the dot product and scalar product of vectors. Yeah, we will discuss one numerical in a case of dot product, then the complete dot product will be so clear for you. This is a force on an object is exerting, okay, in this direction, let us say, and the displacement of an object is certain distance s, okay, so up to here. Then what is the work has done? So we are having, for finding the work done, they have given the force and the displacement in terms of vector. So I need to go the formula with respect to vectors, that is work done equal to F dot S, which already we know. Now since work is happening in the same direction, means force exerted on the object and object also displaced along the same direction, parallel direction, so no need to worry about the theta. So W equal to F dot S I am taking. Now just I am doing dot product. In a place of F vector I am substituting 2i plus 3j plus 4k, and in a case of S 6i plus 2j plus k. These are the two vectors I am doing the dot product. So when I am doing with this, I have to multiply this total vector like normal algebraic multiplication, but ensure that I have to follow the vectors which are in the same direction and which are orthogonal. If they are in the same direction, then the resultant product gives us maximum. So let me tell you, 2i, 2 into 6, okay, 12. Then it became the product of two unit vectors I dot I, they are in the same direction. With the 2 into 2, but product of I dot j, they are the orthogonal vectors, okay. Next 2i with the k, I dot k, this is only one vector 2i. Then next with the 3, if I do with the 3, 3j with the 6, 9, 18, 3 6 ja, but j dot I it is orthogonal vectors. Then next 3i with the 2, 12, j dot j, they are parallel vectors or in the same direction. Next 3j with the k, so these also orthogonal vectors. Next I am going to do with the 4k, 4k with the 6, 26, 24 and k dot I, and next 4 with the j, 4 to ja 8, but k dot j, there is also orthogonal, but 4k into k, 4 into k dot k, means this is same direction. In this case, simply I can make it 0. The I dot j vectors, whatever is there is 0, this is 0, and 18 into j dot I 0, this is required because they are in the same direction. It will produce maximum product, scalar product. This gives a 0, this gives a 0, this is also gives a 0. this produces the maximum product. So usually while we are doing, I will not take, for understanding purpose I multiplied and I am showing in the class. Okay, so therefore W equal to 12 I dot I is 1, so 12. Next J dot J, where is the J dot J? Here, plus J dot J equal to 1, this is also 12. Then next K dot K is 4, that is also 1, K dot K equal to 1. So final answer 24 plus 28 joules. I got the work done in terms of numerical value. Okay, that is magnitude is 28 joules is the work done. This is the way two vectors product we will do. Therefore we will get the dot product in terms of magnitude. Okay, so I got scalar here. Though I am telling this is a product of two vectors, but I will get the answer in terms of scalar only. That note the point. Because when you come to the cross product, that is vector product, that is also one more product in a vectors to understand or to learn the physics we have. But there the product of two vectors we will get in the result in terms of vector nature only. But here we are getting in terms of scalar nature. Okay, thank you. Please like it and share my video, and please give me some suggestions wisely. Thank you very much.